My name is George Anton and I'm the principal of GA Lawyers. I have been in business for over 25 years. We, amongst other legal matters, specialise in property law and conveyancing. We undertake all sorts of conveyancing work, including sale of property, purchase of property, subdivision, property disputes and other matters. If you're going to attend an auction to buy property, there are several pieces of advice that I give people. Always have the contract reviewed. Never go to an auction unless you've had the contract reviewed by a solicitor. It's always best to also liaise with your bank and make sure that you have a principal pre-approval of a loan, and also that you try to get a pest and building report on the property. Provide these to your solicitor, get some advice, and then you attend the auction. There are always hidden clauses in the contract. Some of the clauses that you need to be careful of are release of deposit clauses, which means that the deposit that you pay gets released to the vendor and the vendor can use that money for other purposes. I always advise against releasing of deposit clauses. Other clauses that are hidden in the contracts are when the contract is marked vacant possession. There are clauses in there sometimes that say that the vendor does not have to clean the property and they can leave anything behind. That may amount to a lot of money in trying to clean up the property. There are other hidden clauses such as death clauses. If the vendor passes away, then you may be told that you can't continue to buy the property and they can give you your deposit back. Buying an apartment in a townhouse always involves doing a strata report. These sorts of properties are always part of the strata plan. Strata reports are very useful. They provide information about the financial viability of the complex. They also provide information about matters such as special levies, which may amount to defects in the property such as concrete cancer, termite damage and other matters that may need attention. I always say to everyone that buys an apartment or a townhouse in a strata plan, be very careful you don't buy someone else's problem if there are previous special levies in the complex. Buying on your terms is a matter where you can instruct the solicitor. For example, if you're going to sell a property, you may not find a property within the standard 6-week period. That may mean that you might have to set your own terms as to when you vacate the property. You may ask for a longer settlement. You may also ask for a lease back on the property so you can find a property to move out on, and you may need to seek a longer settlement. You can also ask for the purchaser to release the deposit to you so then you can use that as a deposit to buy another property. There are many other terms that you can insert into the contract to suit your own personal circumstances. Sewer diagrams and drainage connection diagrams are very important. They usually disclose if the bored sewer runs underneath the building or if it encroaches through your property. This is a very important aspect in a property because it may preclude you and cause problems in the future if you want to build a swimming pool, and also if you want to build a driveway and there is a sewer easement running through the property. These are usually matters that are contained in the sewer diagram and in the drainage diagram which one needs to review. When you sign a contract as a vendor and the purchaser signs it under a cooling off period, it is not always the case, nor is it guaranteed that the purchaser will complete the contract. During the cooling off period, the purchaser's got the right to rescind the contract, and that may mean you don't have a final sale. Contracts for the purchase of land in New South Wales attract stamp duty. This is usually paid on or before completion, and it's got to be paid within 3 months from the date of exchange. Other taxes that may be payable under the contract are land tax adjustment, which some vendors seek, and the purchaser may have to pay an adjustment on the land tax. The other thing that vendors need to be careful about, and I always advise my clients to get accounting advice on this, if the property is not your principal place of residence, you may be liable and may have to pay capital gains tax if the property was purchased after the 19th of September 1985. Capital gains tax is a matter that people need to take advice from their accountant of what is payable. When you sell a property, the vendors need to provide vacant possession unless there's a tenant in the property. The vendors do not need to be present when they sell the property. However, from a purchaser's point of view, when they're buying a property, they need to undertake a final inspection. Final inspections are undertaken in order to ensure that the vendor has removed all their property and they left the property in a clean state and there's no damage to the property. If you're looking to buy a property, or you're looking to sell a property, or you have any question in relation to properties or leasing, please contact GA Lawyers on 9554 8111. You can ask for me. I usually undertake all the reviews of every single contract and will be able to assist you and return your call the same day.